again, as much as Drake Maye did flash out there, had 2 seeds, honestly, deep to Baker that unfortunately weren't caught. Also had the aforementioned rushing touchdown. Looked the part of, again, the number 3 overall pick, but they have been, very certain about Jacoby Brissett being their starter. But Dwain, as we know, top 10 picks usually don't sit on the bench for long. And as much as everyone loves shouting out the Vikings early season schedule, man, I think you can argue the Patriots is just as difficult. Week 1 at the Bengals, then versus Seahawks at home. Maybe they can get a win there. But after that, bro, at the Jets, at the 49ers, versus the Dolphins, versus the Texans. When do you think we see Drake Maye, Dwayne? Because for me, I know we had that line as probably, no later than week 7 for McCarthy. I think you could argue with Maye, it's, that'd be kind of shocking to me if he's still on the bench for that long. Could very well be earlier.
Yeah, I think that Drake Maye's probably on the field for sure after those 6 games. They could just decide, hey, let's just let Brissett lose all 6 of these and not kill Drake Maye's confidence. Or it could be after 2 games. They could be like, if we want to have any chance of the season, we know we've got to get Drake Maye in. I also would not be surprised if Drake Maye's the starter week 1. It just depends on what this coaching staff expects of this team this year. Look, coaches are always going to grind and try to win every game they can. General managers, they want to win, but they also have a little bit more of a long view. They're thinking a little bit more about, okay, what do we want for our future? Obviously, we know that, Mayo and the rest of the coaching staff, they're going to come out and try to win every game that they can. So if they have that philosophy, I wouldn't be surprised, like if it's Drake Maye week 1. But if they're just trying to protect him somewhat, I think the worst case is like after the game, the stretch of games that you just mentioned. But anywhere in there, you're just not going to win games with Jacoby Brissett. At least Drake Maye gives you a chance. Like if you look at this class, versus Jaden Daniels, Drake Maye was actually second as far as design rushing attempts for his career in college, as well as his scramble rate. Really good numbers that I think a lot of people underrate. So once this guy gets on the field, he is going to be running around, and that is going to add value in fantasy land. Again, though, with Drake Maye, the big challenge is, can one of these wide receivers step up enough to then at least give him enough value in the passing game? Because I don't think Drake Maye is even going to be the level of a runner like of a Tim Tebow or, a Taysom Hill. Like we talk about these guys all the time that are terrible passers that still give you fantasy value. Drake May's not going to be on their level, but I could see him giving you 400 rushing yards, Ian. I could see him giving you 4 or 5 rushing touchdowns. Like if they could ever get inside the 5-yard line, that'd probably be his ceiling. But man, like what's the ceiling for this guy in the passing game as a rookie? Like I feel like you're probably taking the under on, like, even if he played every game, I would probably take the under on 3,500 yards.
It's not looking pretty out there. But again, we have seen that rushing upside lead to some goodness. And last 2 years in college, May averaged 57 rushing yards per game. Justin Fields, 55. So my man's really can scoot. Again, they'd just be a lot cooler if he wasn't in maybe the single worst offense in the NFL. So only other